So Borushiki is finally here, and it seems like range types are finally eating good for once, and they got a good blend of jutsus that they usually don't get for their class. But that's going to lead us into our anime question for today. Which DLC are you looking forward to more for the near future? Sasori or pre-time skip Gaara? But yeah, in today's video, we're basically going to be going over the jutsus, giving you the counters, the strengths, and all these different things for Borushiki. I mean, they called him Boruto Karma Progression, but yeah, I'm not calling him that. That's Borushiki. But yeah, so if this is something you think you might be interested in, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, and let's just go ahead and hop straight into this breakdown. So for my opinion, like I predicted, they were going to give us Borushiki before Momoshiki, and I think this kind of solidifies that they're maybe not going to add Momoshiki in the game. They could, but with Borushiki, that might just go ahead and eliminate Momoshiki ever coming. But when we get with the basic rewards, of course, we know we're going to get the, the typical Shinobi boost, character unlock. We're going to get the Boruto outfit too. This is going to be the version from the manga, which is, pretty cool. He has the little belt hanging down, and I think that's pretty cool. And we also get the Boruto prologue version, which is, from the first scene of the beginning of the Boruto anime and manga, but they didn't give us the cape. And then they give us the Boruto Karma hair progression, and they don't give us the horn. So at this point, I feel like they're just trolling us. I feel like they're waiting, and they're going to give us all these capes for all these characters and all these horns, and it's going to be some crazy price, like $10.99 for an accessory pack. That's what you should be expecting at this point. And then we also get the Boruto hairstyle from the prologue version whenever he was in the scene with Kawaki. And we also get the honorary title, Vessel of Momoshiki, which, could have been predicted. So when we get into some of the cool things like the jutsus, first thing is going to be the Flash Slice. And basically what this is, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Flying Rasengan 2, but also a little bit of a combination of Tornado High. But some key points, like I said, this is similar to Tornado High. It's a two-part attack, and it's activatable mid-air. And it combos pretty perfectly. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to rush in, and you're going to basically just kick, and then you're going to slash your opponent from the top. And this is kind of similar to basically the move that he used on Sasuke whenever he damaged him and, took away his Rasengan. But this thing works very well with the water guns when it comes to the combos, because when you kick them in the air and it bounces, hey, you can really good pick up the combos if you're using the right weapon. So some strengths of this jutsu, it beats charging jutsu and it's unguardable. So there's no blocking against this. And what I mean by unguardable, so this is going to break through Bari and Barrage, reverse scale, and it cancels out with level 2. Another thing is the initial activation is similar to teleportation jutsu. So sometimes you can dodge certain jutsus like mind transmission and certain things like that. And this thing also breaks armor. So Sukuna, Hakona, and Susanoo armor are going to be gone. And you can get rid of the spiked human boulder, which is kind of crazy for this jutsu. And the main thing that I think with this jutsu is it gives range types a way to fight back against some of the bully type roles. So defense types and also attack types coming at you with reverse scale. Most people think about using this jutsu in an offensive way, but I think most range types are going to use this in a defensive way, getting somebody to come after you, pursue you, hit them with this jutsu, and then get your distance again. You can get very annoying using something that basically counters all armor in this game. So some weaknesses about this, because hey, I'm the boy that does the weaknesses. Barrier jutsu. So things like dome wall, mud wall, and also water pillar are going to handle this jutsu pretty easily. Also trap jutsu. So acrobat technique, palm rotation, and Boruto stream, and some ranged unblockable strike. So the only one that really is that unblockable and it has some range is the almighty push. So you're not going to be able to do anything with anybody that's using almighty push. We move over to the Vanishing Rasengan. This is basically going to be like the Vanishing Rasengan for the attack types, but you can charge this one up and it gets bigger and it has a much farther distance, and you can either charge it, so with the two activations you can either shoot it out with the small version of the Vanishing Rasengan, or you can shoot out the larger version that charges up, and you can hold this charge for pretty much I'd say roughly about maybe 10 seconds before it fires out automatically. And the cool thing about this is you can change the aim, and you're armored while you're charging, so it's basically the same armor that you get from Majestic Destroyer Flame. Anything that knocks you out of Majestic is going to knock you out of this animation for the Vanishing Rasengan Full Moon. It has insane range, and like I said, the only thing is the longer animation time makes it maybe a little bit easier to dodge even than the normal Vanishing Rasengan, and this thing is unblockable. So after the first charge, you're basically going to get a normal tumble animation, but with the second charge, they're not going to tumble, they're just going to take consistent damage, kind of similar to how it is whenever you throw the Rasen Shuriken. Some strengths of this jutsu: it breaks Susanoo armor, it has good damage after the second charge, and it cancels out high level range jutsu. So this thing's going to cancel out with Majestic Destroyer Flame, also the Dragon Flame Bombs, and if you throw it against another Vanishing Rasengan for like with the first level, it's going to cancel out. But the second level Full Moon Rasengan is going to go through a normal Vanishing Rasengan. Now, as far as the weaknesses for this jutsu: time space. So anything with time space: Universal Pull, Inferno Style Flame Lightning, Heavenly Hand Power, Sukuna Hakona, and Kamui Lightning Blade. All these jutsus are going to handle this pretty easily. Barrier jutsus as well, so things like Water Pillar and Sand Shield, and also Mud Wall. But these things will break after the first strike. So even though these barrier jutsus work well, this still gives range type something else that can break a barrier besides just Majestic Destroyer Flame. Also, Field of Vision. What I mean by Field of Vision, if somebody's watching you while you're powering up this jutsu, they're more than likely going to dodge it because of the fact that this tracking is just straight at you. So it's very easy to dodge this, and sometimes you want to pick to not use the second activation and just use the first one to get that vanishing effect, because the vanishing effect does not happen whenever you charge it up to the second level. And also, armored jutsu. So things like Lightning Lariat and Rasengan, actually, while they still take damage, they're going to actually still go through the Rasengan and they'll still be able to hit you. So I thought it was just pretty cool, though, to see a Rasengan go through a Vanishing Rasengan. That was pretty fun. Moving over to the last one is going to be the ultimate, which is the Karma Awakening. And some key things about this ultimate is basically the first transformation that range types got. Finally, we've been asking for this for a while, and they finally got one, and they didn't disappoint with the things that this transformation does. It gives you full health, it resets your ninjutsu cooldown, and it increases your ninjutsu attack power. And it reduces your cooldown for your ninja tools and increases your ninja tool power. And this thing has a second activation. So this jutsu has two different activations. If they're pretty close to you, you're just going to do the normal activation where you're just going to go up in the air and come down with a massive Rasengan that deals a decent amount of damage. If there's some distance from you, you're going to do the Rasengan over your head first, and then you're going to teleport to them, which gives them a little bit of time to see you're coming, but with how fast this teleportation happens, you don't really have time to move out of the way. And if you've already dealt out a few hits, this is going to be a one-shot and take them out. But if they have full health, sometimes most of the enemies will survive from this. But some key points, like I said, it has a semi-fast cooldown. It doesn't really take that long to come. The second activation is, like I said, nearly almost always a hit. Health refill is pretty clutch, and this thing lasts for about 30 seconds, the first activation, before you actually use the second jutsu to use the Rasengan. And some strengths of this is, like I said, the faster movement, and then also the almost guaranteed kill. Weaknesses, this is first for me. I really don't see no weaknesses for, this ultimate, besides maybe the fact that you don't get a defense buff, which, means if a team teams up on you, they can still kill you, so you are kind of like in a god state, but you're still a little vulnerable, so just keep that in mind. But honestly, when we look at all these things that they brought, and, all the things that Borushiki does, he's pretty good. If I had to grade him, so if we're going off of all the jutsus, the flashlights, I give this one a solid S. Like I said, it stops a ton of jutsu, and this really adds a different aspect to combat for range types, being able to actually go head to head with these very powerful rolls and stop them in their tracks. You're not going to have to worry about a dynamic entry or a Hazan Strike or a Demon Hunter, because if you pop this, you're going to end that animation and then you can continue with your moves. You're not just at their mercy at this point anymore. When we look at the Rasengan Full Moon, I'm going to have to give this one a solid A, just because of the fact that it's pretty easy to dodge, but the damage that you actually get when you get that second activation is pretty high, and also having the option to make it invisible is pretty cool as well. And then as far as the Karma Awakening, you could probably predict this one. This one is an S, because, hey, range types finally got a transformation, and you could argue that this is one of the best ultimates that range types have. I still think that Sea Dragon is pretty good as well, but with the counter of time space hop and things like that, I think this ultimate, the Karma Awakening, might be the best range type ultimate, just because of the fact that you get healing and all these other things. And let me know in the comments, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is one of the first ultimates that actually really heal range types. Let me know. But hey, honestly, Borushiki was a dub of a DLC, and I'm just excited to see what they're going to do with pre-time skip Gaara and Sasori. And also with this ultimate and with this DLC, we got another ultimate for the Season 7 pass, which is going to be the ultimate Amaterasu dual layer, and I played around with this ultimate. It was pretty cool. I mean, you basically fire out a Yasuka bead and also an arrow, and then after that you're going to get the Amaterasu, and this has the same debuffs that the normal Amaterasu has, where it just reduces your defense and things like that. It's a little bit easy to dodge maybe if you see it coming, but the animation and, you know, just the creativity to even go as far as to do that is pretty cool. I'm not including this in the actual grading with Borushiki, but this is still a cool ultimate to get if you actually get the season pass. But Borushiki in himself, we're going to have to give him a solid A ranking. We can't give him an S just because, hey, all 3 parts of the DLC got to be an S for him to be an S. So we'll give him an A. But let me know in the comments, man, how are y'all enjoying Borushiki? I'm pretty excited for him, and I'm just happy to see what Bandai is going to be doing with these future DLCs that they have releasing. They really impressed me with this one. But hey, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those nice things, and I'm going to see you on the next one, man. We out.